Factory choppers and bobbers are a strange idea when you think about it. The whole point of a custom motorcycle is usually to take a factory bike and change it until it looks nothing like the original. Yet somehow, manufacturers decided to skip that part and build the stripped-down customs themselves. These are the machines that brought that stripped-down custom attitude straight to the showroom. Honda Fury. The Honda Fury arrived for 2010 as one of Honda's most unusual production motorcycles. Instead of trying to look like a typical cruiser, it borrowed heavily from the long, low proportions of custom choppers, with a stretched-out frame, skinny 21-inch front wheel, wide rear tire, and an unusually long front fork. Underneath the dramatic styling was Honda reliability and a liquid-cooled V-twin, making it a factory chopper that could actually be used like a normal motorcycle. It was essentially Honda asking, what if we built the crazy-looking custom ourselves? Harley-Davidson FXWG Wide Glide. The Harley-Davidson FXWG Wide Glide was Harley-Davidson's factory interpretation of the classic long fork chopper during the early 1980s. It combined a narrow front end, kicked-out forks, tall handlebars, and a stretched appearance with the mechanical simplicity Harley riders expected. The Wide Glide name became closely associated with this look, and later versions kept the formula alive for decades. It was never trying to be subtle. Even parked in a garage, it looked like it was already halfway down the highway. Harley-Davidson Rocker C. The Rocker C appeared in 2008 as a more aggressively styled member of Harley-Davidson's Softail family. Its most distinctive feature was the extremely low, chopped rear end, with a hidden rear suspension that preserved the hardtail appearance without actually giving the rider a hardtail ride. The Rocker C also featured a wide rear tire, stretched-out proportions, and a minimalist custom aesthetic. It looked like someone had taken a Softail and removed everything that seemed unnecessary, which, to be fair, is often how custom motorcycles are born. Harley-Davidson Night Train. The Night Train was Harley-Davidson's darker take on the Softail chopper formula. Produced for many years, it combined the Softail frame with a low stance, long front end, narrow front wheel, blacked-out components, and a stripped-down appearance. Compared with heavily accessorized touring Harleys, the Night Train looked almost deliberately unfinished. That was the point. It was designed for riders who wanted the classic Harley silhouette without covering every available surface in chrome and accessories. Harley-Davidson Breakout. The Breakout took the factory chopper idea and pushed it toward modern muscle cruiser territory. Introduced in 2013, it used a very wide rear tire, long and low proportions, a large front wheel, and an intentionally exposed mechanical appearance. Unlike a traditional chopper, it was not particularly delicate or minimalist. The Breakout was more muscular, but its stretched geometry and dramatic wheels still gave it the unmistakable presence of a factory custom. Later generations continued the formula with increasingly powerful engines. Indian Scout Bobber. The Indian Scout Bobber arrived in 2017 by taking the Scout and removing much of its polished cruiser character. Shortened fenders, solo-style seat, blacked-out components, lower bars, and a more compact stance gave it an appearance of a motorcycle that had already spent some time in a custom workshop. The Scout's liquid-cooled V-twin remained underneath, so the Bobber combined old-school visual cues with modern engineering. It became one of Indian's clearest answers to riders who wanted a stripped-down motorcycle straight from the showroom. Indian Chief Bobber. The Indian Chief Bobber brought the Bobber formula to a larger and more traditional platform. With its big V-twin, low stance, wire wheels, solo seat, and abbreviated fenders, it deliberately echoes American motorcycles from an earlier era without copying them completely. The result is more substantial than the Scout Bobber, but still noticeably stripped down. It feels like a classic American cruiser that went on a serious diet and decided the chrome accessories could stay home. Triumph Bonneville Bobber. The Triumph Bonneville Bobber gave the traditional Bobber style a distinctly British interpretation. Introduced in 2017, it used a floating-style solo seat, shortened fenders, wire-spoke wheels, and a hardtail-inspired rear profile while hiding modern suspension underneath. Its parallel twin engine also made it visually different from the large American V-twins that dominate this category. Triumph managed to make a factory motorcycle look like something assembled in a small custom garage, just with considerably better engineering and fewer mysterious oil leaks. Yamaha Striker. The Yamaha Striker was Yamaha's answer to the factory custom craze, launched for 2011 with styling that leaned heavily toward the chopper side of the cruiser world. It featured a long waistband, raked-out front end, stretched tank, low seat, and a 1304cc V-twin. The striker was more modern and muscular than a traditional bobber, but its long, stripped-down silhouette clearly came from the same custom motorcycle tradition. It was Yamaha's way of proving that a Japanese manufacturer could build a factory cruiser that looked perfectly comfortable outside a custom bike show. Yamaha Raider. The Yamaha Raider arrived in 2008 as one of Yamaha's more serious attempts at a factory custom. Its long waistband, stretched-out frame, raked front end, huge 113 cubic inch V-twin, and low seat gave it the proportions of a custom chopper without requiring the owner to start cutting the frame. The styling was dramatic but surprisingly clean, with a large rear tire and narrow front end creating that classic long and low silhouette. It was basically Yamaha saying a Japanese cruiser could look like it belonged outside a custom bike shop. Victory Vegas. The Victory Vegas was one of the motorcycles that established Victory's reputation for building American cruisers with a distinctly modern interpretation of the chopper. Introduced in 2002, it used a long waistband, low seat, raked front end, and exposed V-twin engine. The styling was cleaner than many traditional choppers, with fewer decorative parts and more emphasis on the shape of the motorcycle itself. It was a factory-built custom at a time when the idea of buying a motorcycle that already looked modified was becoming increasingly popular. Victory Highball. The Victory Highball took the Vegas formula and made it noticeably more stripped down. Tall ape-hanger bars, wire wheels, a solo seat, blacked-out components, and a simple bobber-inspired appearance gave it a much more rebellious character. Underneath, it remained a modern Victory with a large V-twin, so the old-school appearance did not come with old-school mechanical compromises. The Highball looked like a custom project that had somehow escaped the garage and received a factory warranty. Victory Gunner. The Victory Gunner was introduced as a simpler and more compact-looking alternative within the company's cruiser lineup. It combined a low seat, short fenders, chunky tires, blacked-out finishes, and a large air-cooled V-twin. Its proportions were less extreme than the Vegas, making it feel closer to a modern bobber than a tradition chopper. The Gunner showed how Victory could take the same basic engine and chassis philosophy and create something that deliberately looked stripped back. Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber. The Moto Guzzi V9 bobber brought the bobber idea into a very different mechanical world. Instead of an American-style V-twin mounted longitudinally, the V9 uses Moto Guzzi's distinctive transverse V-twin, with the cylinder sticking outward from each side of the motorcycle. The bobber version adds fat tires, shortened-looking bodywork, a low seat, and dark finishes to create a compact, minimalist appearance. It manages to look traditional without pretending to be an American motorcycle, which is probably the healthier approach. Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. The Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 takes the company's modern 650 platform and gives it a factory custom personality. Its low stance, chopped-looking rear section, compact bodywork, and solo seat configuration make it much more stripped down than the typical classic cruiser. The parallel twin engine keeps the motorcycle mechanically simple and visually recognizable, while the unusual proportions give it a more contemporary custom feel. It's less of a traditional bobber and more of a factory interpretation of what a modern custom might look like. BMW R18. The BMW R18 is enormous, traditional, and unapologetically mechanical. Its huge 1802cc boxer twin, long waistband, low seat, exposed shaft drive, and classic proportions were designed around BMW's historic cruiser heritage, rather than the usual European sport bike formula. The standard R18 is not a pure bobber, but its low chassis and simple bodywork provide an excellent foundation for one. BMW essentially built a giant blank canvas and then left owners to decide how much motorcycle they actually needed. Harley-Davidson WR 1946. The Harley-Davidson WR 1946 was a completely different kind of stripped-down machine. Developed from Harley-Davidson racing motorcycles, the WR was a lightweight flat-track racer built around a 45 cubic inch side valve V-twin. It had minimal bodywork, a simple frame, narrow proportions, and almost nothing that was not necessary for going around a dirt track quickly. It was never intended to be a showroom chopper or luxury bobber, but visually it represents the purest version of the stripped-down machine. Remove everything unnecessary, keep the engine, wheels, frame, and controls, and go racing. In that sense, the WR is arguably one of the coolest factory stripped-down Harley-Davidsons ever produced.
And there you have it, the factory choppers and bobbers that prove you don't always need a garage, an angle grinder, and questionable life choices to build a custom. Some came close, some nailed it, and some basically showed up already customized. Which one would you ride? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.